Hey guys, so I have another 12x12 scrapbook process for you. This is a photo of Dodger, as you can see. For those of you who don't know, Dodger is my dog. So we met up with my boyfriend at the Discovery Centre. In like a few towns over. And the sun was setting and so the two 12x12 papers are from the first edition North Star. I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, from the first edition North Star paper pad, which was new this year, I believe. That's the only thing I got from the North Star range of items. I just loved it so much. It's really good for winter, like spreads, and yeah. So there is actually a pattern on the sort of pale one, but it's not showing up too great here. And then I use some organza strips, which I have had in my stash for eons, in a sort of pale blue colour. I decided one layer didn't give colour payoff enough. So luckily I had just enough of the same colour to use. So these I think I got from the works. Again, but like eons ago. Probably had them in the old house. So at least 2 years ago, probably longer. So they do stick down quite well with double-sided tape, actually, which sort of surprised me because, fabric and stuff. And then you can see on the side there, I just have a piece of tissue paper, which it's actually came with something I ordered. Can't remember what it was, but yeah, it's just packaging tissue paper, so it's not like really opaque. It sort of looks like it's got like a mottled texture to it. So for that, I do use some wet glue, which I just squirt on, and then smush. Technical term there, smush across with a palette knife, which also does push it through the organza, because organza is it's sort of like an open weave type material, so there's like loads of holes in it basically. So I position that as best as I can. Takes me a couple times. Excuse me. It takes me a couple of attempts to get it where I want it, but that's the good thing about using wet glue as well, is you can pick things up and move them around. So it wasn't quite, I hadn't put quite enough glue on, but then even with a small amount of glue that I did use, the photo did still warp slightly. So I just trimmed down the organza a bit, so it was sort of like all even around the edges, and then I decide that I need something to ground the photo to the page, so I pull out my Cosmic Shimmer Pixie Powder in Midnight Blue, and just tap some of the powder on in an L shape on like the left hand side of the page, and then just use a dry paintbrush just to sort of spread it out so it looks like there's nothing on the page, but then add water and it starts, it activates. So it's sort of similar to the Brusho pigment powders, which I really want to get some. They're on my Christmas wish list. on Amazon, but I first used Brusho pigment powders for GCSE art, and yeah, they have like become a big thing in the like scrapbooking community. So I did dry it off a bit with a heat gun. So this paper is not mixed media friendly, but the only gesso I have is white gesso, so I didn't want to gesso it because that would have blocked out the background paper, so I've just dealt with it. So yeah, you can get a lot of different effects with the pixie powder. Excuse me. I have two colours, so I have peacock green and then midnight blue. I don't know, I think there's a gold, but I don't know what other colours they do. So I got mine from Hobbycraft. I think Hobbycraft are slowly, like, once their stock of Cosmic Shimmer stuff is out, I think they're like getting rid of it or something, because there's not as much on the website as there used to be. I'm not a fan of the Hobbycraft website anymore. I've said that before in hauls and stuff. But yes, so yeah, I stuck that down and then pulled out, this is Tim Holtz's one of the sticker books. This is the Small Talk one. So I just pull out 3 sort of phrases or whatever from that. Which are "Together is the best place to be," "Love you," and "There is beauty in simplicity." So yes, yeah, don't really know what else to say. So I also make like these little thread nests with some metallic embroidery thread, which I have had for years, but I don't do embroidery. Right, sorry about that. There was a delivery at the door of rabbit food and litter for the bunnies' trays. So, yeah, I was saying I don't do embroidery, but I was given this embroidery thread years ago by one of my godmothers, along with like a sewing box and some sewing bits. So yes, I just make these little nest type things with the thread. Some worked better than others, and I just use wet glue to hold them in place. Excuse me. So yes, I need to get some more wet glue, but every time I look on the Hobbycraft website, it's out of stock. Although there is a Hobbycraft in one of the nearby towns now, whereas previously the closest one was about an hour away. So yes, there is now one about half an hour away, which isn't too bad. So I just use some paper punches to weigh down those two whilst I do the third one. I see if that darker blue will work, but I decide just to stick with the same sort of this sort of pale icy blue. I'm not sure quite what shade of blue it is. It's sort of like icy, but that could be just because it's metallic and it's kind of light, but yeah. So yeah, I just pop that one down and then put down the last thing, and yeah, that is it. I do dither a bit at the end, sort of put things away. I do zoom in as well and show you close up. So yeah, I decided, because that last piece was going onto the organza, to use some glue just to make sure it was extra secure. because they're not the stickiest of stickers, which is good because it means you can move them around relatively easily. So there's the close-up, and then yeah, so I just tidy up, dither a bit. I should have cut this out, and then have a drink. So yes, thanks for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay true, stay you. Bye guys.